What is up, guys? Wraith here, Gray Bearded Gaming Society, and I think we're about to do something stupid. we actually just jumped on, and we were right over here, and we found this guy standing down here in the beach. Now he is yellow to us, which could be dangerous because we'll most likely get some resist. We have to be very careful about going up in this direction because here are all the druids who want to eat us. But at some point, you just have to find out. If we need to, we're also close enough to the zone line where I think that we'll be able to bounce if we absolutely need to. So I think we're about to try an adventure that may be ridiculous. So let's see what happens. So root hit. Root is broken. We're running already. We did, however, at least so far, manage to land our first dot on him. Mostly I'm just kind of curious to see what's going to happen here, because he, like I said, while being yellow to us, if we're patient, if we're careful, and that doesn't happen non-stop, we might be in pretty decent shape. Let's got the poison on him. Ow! Did get the poison on him. Let's see if we can even remotely handle anything with this guy. You know, I probably should have wikied him first. You know, probably the more intelligent thing to do. But, you know, sometimes it's just kind of a no guts, no glory situation. So he's rooted again. He is dotted. We are way back here. Let's get some meditation action on. And we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like I said, I mean, this guy is in the Cyclops family, so he probably does have a bunch of hit points. So this might be a horrible idea. We might be running for it. But sometimes you just need that adventure. I haven't had a bunch of playtime in P99 this week. I've actually been trying. Yeah, this is going to be. He's breaking roots actually really fast. Sit, boo boo, sit. We might actually just. Yeah, we might lose out just off on the battle of the roots not sticking on him. Because while it is landing, we'll run ourselves right out of mana if we just have to root non-stop here. Yeah. We'll give it a little while longer just to kind of see how we do here. But yeah, like I said, I haven't played a lot of P99 this week. My little group that I've been working on live, I've actually gotten most of them to like level 80 this week, which is pretty cool. And I'm in a zone that's new to me. I actually went to a place called Ashen Gate, which really a pain in the butt to get to. I mean, again, anybody who plays live or familiar with live, there's so many zones, there's so many places to go. There's really lots and lots to explore, which is one of the reasons I still play the game. There's so much stuff to do. But I've never been there before. It's kind of cool, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, which is also nice, so I can do my thing and not really mess with anybody else. But yeah, we're so far here. We're landing spells, and that part is fine. But we are really not getting much done in the way of actually getting through his hit point pool. So I think what we're about to do here is ow! Ow again. We're actually lucky that we still have the druid buff from one of the last times that we played, which is handy. Which is one of the reasons, like, we look like we're super cool, we're taking all these hits. Yeah, we're not that cool, but that buff really is. So let's just do this, then bail out on messing with Bruin for right now, because I think his hit point pool is just going to be too much for us. We're going to run this way. But yeah, like I'm saying, I've been playing that group this week, which has been a lot of fun. And I've also been trying to decide if I was going to play the new league of Path of Exile. It's I mean, it's a pretty fun game. You know, I've played it before in the past. It's nothing new by any stretch of imagination to me, but I have skipped the last league or so. Did I aggro that guy? No. Okay, good. Let's not run off the edge of the... And we'll just reset ourselves with Brune of the Cyclops. But yeah, I've been trying to decide, if I was going to play the new league in Path of Exile. It's one that I'm not super consistent with, but it's a fun kind of game. If you like the kind of top-down, like hack and slash, it's a pretty fun game. And it's one of the freebies, like I said, over on Steam. Free to download, free to play. It's fun. Again, if you like that kind of style, like the Diablo kind of style, it's got a pretty fun storyline. You can really build it just a ton of different ways. It can be a little, if you've never played it, I'll say that it can be a little overwhelming at first. when you look at all the stuff you can do. But once you've played, a couple of times, had done a ton of bit of homework. So I decided again, like I said, if I was going to do that, and it was also one of those weeks where it's it's getting that time of year, get the doctor's visit, get the checkup, get the flu shot. That always kind of drains me a bit. But we're going to try to get back to some action aside from our little adventure just there trying to see how we did against Brune, which again, unfortunately, we just can't quite handle him just yet. Maybe at 24, maybe with our new dot, we might do enough damage to make it worthwhile. It's one of the ones that, can you also find him out in the open? I don't know what his spawn time is. Again, I didn't wiki him like I probably should have before I engaged just to kind of see what was going on. But as discussed last time, we haven't really done anything since we played last time and got in the eye again. Our big upgrade, of course, is our polished bone bracelet, which is, it's got us in a pretty decent spot overall. Like I said, so far we haven't been back to town or anything, but we're sitting right about at the 50 plat mark running on with us, which is pretty cool. Again, we already have our spells and stuff with us. Been kicking around the idea of do we really need to kind of worry about doing any more updates or upgrades to our gear, and I kind of don't think so right now, honestly. Unless we just find like a really great deal or something in terms of trying to buy something. I think now it's going to be time to settle in, make sure we always have plenty of spell money, and then, if we can get into camps or groups where we can upgrade the stuff ourselves, we might, I think, approach it that way. But I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna med back up and everything here myself and get this part taken care of. I'm gonna head back over to the gorge and I'm gonna see if there's any group action there, and we might. I don't think he knows where he's going. I was gonna gas a so on him, but anyway, we're going to head back over to the gorge. We're going to see if there's any group action there. If not, maybe we'll check out some gorge hound action. I said we'll see how it goes, but I want to med up to full first. Make sure we got all of our stuff in case something happens. We'll be back here in a few minutes, so stick around, guys, and we'll jump back in here in just a minute once I'm all medded up and set up. So checking back in, like I said, it didn't make it very far. But actually, while I was medding back up to full and everything, I actually did wiki the little, I say little, I wikied Brune, the cyclops that we engaged, and apparently somebody killed him while we were out medding. But here's this is what happens apparently when you kill Brune, is you can spawn his brother Drune, who is 10 levels higher, so you go from being around 23 to being 33. Or you'll spawn this guy, Prune, his father, who was like level 42 and is now on a mission to go find out who murdered his kids. So it's probably a good thing that we didn't manage to pull that off, because we would have gotten squished one way or another, because now there's basically a level 43 Cyclops running around in East Karana, which of course for us is going to be a big problem. So we're going to try to make sure we stay well out of their way. But of course the other thing we're also going to try to make sure we keep tabs on at the moment is there is a bard who we noticed when we first came in who is busy running around swarm kiting. We will stay well clear of them, because the last thing we need to do is get caught up in a swarm kite. And we're going to try to sneak around over here, kind of keeping tabs on where the critters are, because the gorge hounds can be very dangerous. I'll tell you what, we should be far enough away from these guys, we should be able to sneak up the wall. Yeah. So we're going to run safely up the wall here. So that's what I'm saying, like the gorge hounds, you got to be really careful with them, because they are dangerous. They are still nice and dark blue to us. They hit really hard. They also socially aggro, so you have to be careful with that. Unlike a lot of other animals, they will aggro off of each other, so you need to be careful. As well, at the same time, there's a group down there, and it looks like if we're, I think on this side we'll be kind of safe. But like I said, we're gonna dip into the gorge real quick and see, is there any action going on. Let's throw up some looking for group action just so we can fly our LFG flag. But we had such a good time in here last time, I think we want to go in here and check it out. And again, even if we just kind of sit maybe towards the zone area and do some of our own kind of route routing, it'll probably be somewhat effective. We'll see how many kind of people are in there. Like I said, I just really wanted to jump back in super fast, because I did my research like a big boy for a change, and we checked out the little cyclops. I remember like there's like 5 of them, I think, right? Because you have Drune, Prune, and Brune were the ones on this side, and I constantly confuse them with Toon and Froon, who are the big guys over in Eastern, or excuse me, in West Grana, I believe. Um, Apparently they're unrelated. But either way, instead I wanted to Google them real quick, see, make sure I was on kind of on the right page. But again, it's a good thing we did back off because basically these guys you have a chance to spawn way bigger Cyclops actions. So we got a couple of guys in here. So we're gonna stick around for a while. We're gonna throw up a flag, see if we get a group, see if we can invite, see what happens, and we'll do some pulls, and I'll check back in with you guys here in a little while. So stick around, guys. We'll see what kind of action we can get into tonight. Welcome back, guys. Mere seconds for you, and only about 30 minutes or so for me. Basically, what we did was we sat around for a little while in the gorge. Didn't really have any real luck. There was a couple other people looking for group at the same time, but mostly looking for kind of the same spots that we would be in, and a couple bigger people who I believe were just like camping, probably bracelets and whatnot. So we ran back outside, and we were beating up on some of the gorge hounds when we got a tell inviting us to a group in Runnyeye. So we are going to make a mad dash through the gorge here and try to make it to the other side. If I remember correctly, and by remember I mean when I was looking at the map of the gorge earlier, all we should have to do is get up here and hang a right and basically kind of train the zone. What we're hoping is that we won't train the bejesus out of anybody here. I'm with the enough people in here, I'm thinking that hopefully people have been pulling stuff and getting most stuff out of our way. We will find out. Again, there's a handful of stuff in the zone. We'll try to be as careful as we can be, but we're going to try to pull the old choo-choo. So I think if we just turn here and run pretty much straight down this line. Ow. Try not to kill ourselves by falling off of cliffs. But I think basically just follow this straight path. There should be two, like that's where we went last time to beat up on the eyeballs. And if we keep coming down here, there should be another path to the right that loops through. Oh. Are we going to be up high enough out of this guy's way? Survey says we are sneaky troll. Haha! Half shaman, half rogue. I'll take it. I will take it. But yeah, it's been, I can't even tell you how long since we've actually done any kind of. So that's the sneaky turn. We actually need to cross over this little lump. Yeah, there we go. And keep on track. Because there's our zone. Outstanding. So again, it's been a very super long time since we've actually grouped in Runnyeye. We snuck through it on our paladin, if everybody remembers last time, just to get to here. So we are gonna dash in on here. We're gonna check out some group action and see what happens. I'm gonna reach back out to the person I said I would meet over here. I'll check back in with you guys when we get settled, which is hopefully only in a few minutes, and kind of let you know what's going on. So we'll check back in a few minutes, guys. Stick around. Hopefully we get some good grouping action going. All right, guys. We've made it into zone. We have made it into Runnyeye. We have about to be smacked with a goblin. They came and pick us up at the zone and brought us to the camp, so we're in a pretty good spot here, and we've been beating down on the goblins. We're kind of working on doing the slowing and some healing. Which has been going pretty good so far, and ooh, we just got brains. We got the brains. That is outstanding. So far, like I said, the experience has been pretty solid. Ah, and then we click on the wrong thing. That's awesome. Throw out the Congos for the level that just happened. Like I said, with most of these guys coming in, like I said, even and yellowish, they're worth pretty good chunks of experience. So we're using. Ow. Yep. At least he only hit us for a little bit. See if we can sneak away. Apparently, not until after they punch us in the head really, really hard one good time. But either way, like I said, we're using, so far, at least on the bigger guys, we're using our slow to kind of offset the amount we have to heal. which would be pretty good spot. But like I said, the experience has been moving right along. So I mean, hopefully, if the group sticks together for a while, we should be able to pick up a level tonight. Oh, we got an ad. Oh, so let's get out of the corner here. That guy's almost dead. We won't worry about him. We'll worry about the bigger guy, who's free at the moment. He's going to resist. Outstanding. We're about to have a whole lot of action running around in this room. But yeah, it's okay. You can stop now. Let's just get away from that guy as best we can, so we don't take too much of a beating. But yeah, like I said, so far it's been a pretty good group. I don't know the last time that I grouped here doing the goblin things. It's been so long. We've passed through it, like I said, in some of our other stuff, but we haven't actually sat in here and played. So, but the action has been hot and heavy since we got in here, which has been pretty awesome. Quite the change up from obviously running around pulling things one at a time. But now we are out of mana, so we kind of will see how things go. The group is strong enough where it just really should not be that big of a deal. And again, there is another shaman in the group at the moment, so if all else fails, ow, he can throw some heals for us as well. One funny thing, at least, too, is if you noticed, I got to use my shrink spell finally. I'm the tiny troll killing the goblins. So, but let's met up here. We'll check back in. Hopefully, kind of at the close of the session. I'm not going to do like a huge montage on killing goblins this time around. But I'll check back in with you guys one more time later as we kind of close out our adventures tonight, let you know how we did. And like I said, we'll end up being mere seconds for you guys, and hopefully an hour or so of good playtime for me. But stick around, guys. We'll check it one more time. We'll see how we did, and hopefully we'll get some loot and all this too, and make some cash. We'll check back in a while, guys. Stick around. All right, guys. That was a very fun adventure. I can't recount the last time I actually spent an evening just playing in Runnyeye as opposed to just passing through it to do something else. It's even in my old school adventures forever and ever ago, never really did much with Runnyeye. Never really did. I mean, I even had a halfling toon and pretty much just skipped over Runnyeye and left and went somewhere else. But it was a very good night. Had a dynamite group, which made it even so much better. Lots of really awesome folks. We also had a higher level enchanter in zone who would pop through and give us clarity and some buffs. So we really just kept things rolling. We did really well. I mean, we gained almost an entire level because we were halfway through 21. We finished that level, and I mean, we're sneaking up on 40% through 22. So it was a really productive night. We also managed to get our hands on a handful of bronze material. We're going to see how that sells up for us, and hopefully make ourselves a little bit of cash here. I actually summoned one of my yes, that's what I'm talking about. Three plat there, 2 plat there, close to 3, just under 3 plat. So yeah, that's going to be a nice little infusion to the coffers. But as I started to say, I actually summoned up the spirit pouch just because I was actually starting to get enough nifty pieces of loot that it was weighing me down. So, but again, it was very good group, very good time. Black and iron. I don't really know if I'm going to be able to sell that anymore to anybody else. Really, I just don't know. What's the armor on that thing? It's like 6. Tell you what, we'll hold on to it for now. We'll hold on to it for now, and we'll add it to our bag that we're holding on to right here with a couple other things, just to see if we can do some East Common action on it. I'm not entirely sure we'll be able to. Maybe we could ask for banded pricing, maybe, and somebody will be interested just because of the. Oh, and I forgot I actually grabbed a large bag just to sell that. Of course, this will poof. I think honestly, what we might do, we might actually just get in the habit of summoning up the spirit pouch when we log in, if we can remember to. Honestly, just because having the free weight bag is always handy around. Let's ditch some of our copper here just by picking up a restock on the food items. material. Again, we don't really need much, but it'll thin out that heavy copper and silver for us and make life a little bit easier there. So all in all, not bad setup. What we might actually do, and I'll do this part kind of off camera, is I might actually grab a port towards home, maybe just to bank and kind of clean up, and then kind of see how we do. But guys, it was a great night. It's a little bit later than normally I would stay on, but it was totally worth it. We had a great time. So we're sneaking in ever closer to new levels and new spells, which would be super cool. And hopefully we can find some more awesome groups like that along the way. Some of the folks that we're actually with tonight, I actually did do the old friend ad, so hopefully we can group up and have a good time, another adventure, another night. But guys, I'm going to call that a good night there. Really productive. Like I said, cannot complain about that at all. As always, guys, if you like what we're doing, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. We love to hear from you guys, especially with some ideas about some adventures. It's always awesome. With that, we're going to punch you off for the night, guys. Stay safe, stay distant, stay in EverQuest, guys. Sounds like a good idea to me. We'll catch you guys next time. Night, guys.